Так, ну ладно, всем привет. Возвращаюсь к давнему прохождению Драгоняги. Звук, если что, не сломался, я просто играю без музыки. Мне так удобнее. Вот. Хотела сказать то, что старое прохождение уже невозможно, потому что у меня, оказывается, нет сохранений. Возможно, это из-за того, что я переустанавливала игру. Ничего, создам по новой персонажа. Я там особо далеко и не ушла. Поехали. Замолкаю, так как сейчас будет заставка.
The Chantry teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the Darkspawn into our world. The mages had sought to usurp heaven, but instead, they destroyed it. They were cast out, twisted and cursed by their own corruption. They returned as monsters, the first of the Darkspawn. They became a blight upon the lands, unstoppable and relentless. The Dwarven kingdoms were the first to fall, and from the deep roads, the Darkspawn drove at us again and again, until finally we neared annihilation. The Grey Wardens came. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings. The Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness, and prevailed. It has been 4 centuries since that victory, and we have kept our vigil. We have watched and waited for the Darkspawn to return. But those who once called us heroes have forgotten. We are few now, and our warnings have been ignored for too long. For I have seen with my own eyes what lies on the horizon. Maker, help us all.
Ой, как же классно, я не могу, конечно, заставочек Драгоняги. Они прям дрожь бросают. Так. Тут я постараюсь быстро. Читать я не буду, если хотите, сами прочитайте.
Greetings. Charmed. It didn't work. Not working.
Greetings.
Greetings.
Ah, that didn't work. I need some other attack.
Move aside.
Нормально пойдет. По-моему, с этой головы я и начинала. Я хотела поставить моды, но на DAO это слишком сложно, и чтобы ничего не сломать, все-таки буду играть без дополнений. Может, если на второе продолжение пойду, то там уже постараюсь их поставить. По крайней мере, мне точно нужен мод на то, чтобы сменить класс после предыстории. Потому что мне там эльф должен быть на свадьбе, но при этом быть магом. А все маги тут, к сожалению, попадают в круг магов. Щелочка ничего такая. Ну, будет это так. Волосы у нас белые. Я особенно хотела скачать расцветку глаз, так как она у меня вообще слепая по факту. Думаю, такой подойдет. Не, пусть будут синенькие. Так, секунду, я кое-что посмотрю. Угу. Как раз красные должны быть. Пусть такого оттенка будут. Блин, ну она так хороша с челкой. Может, ей челку все-таки добавить? Я не могу. Ладно, пусть будет щелкой. Ну, потому что она реально ей идет. Так. Что ты от меня хочешь? Вот твой корм, вот твоя вода. Отстань. Погладить я тебя погладила сегодня уже. Она придет вам в кошмарах. Блин, вот немножко его повыше бы сделать, ну блин. Он не понимает, а высоту переносится нельзя сделать. Ладно, это...
Till we meet again. Are you insane? How do you do?
Oops! Where's my head? Greetings.
Greetings.
Greetings. Charmed. Greetings.
Greetings.
Oh, that didn't work.
Нормально. Ну, пойдет, думаю. Серьезно, татушку обязательно просят сделать. Но это, с другой стороны, прикольно. Это, наверное, возьму. Блин, ну челка теперь закрывает все это. Ладно, возьму этот вариант обратно. Но щелкой она, конечно, шикарнее выглядит. Может так. Простите. Ладно, ни туда, ни сюда. Вот это пусть будет. Далее. Не надо прям... Угу. Ниже я не могу сделать, да? Мне надо по-любому хитрость качать. потому что мне надо будет соблазнить эту. Ой, забыла. Ладно, чуть хитрость, чуть телосложение, если я правильно поняла. Может, там еще навыки будут. Ага, мне нужна сила воли. Вроде как. Я могу и ошибаться. Ладно, пусть вот они, фиг с ним. Сейчас, блин, еще вспоминать, как сражаться. Ну, тут, по-моему, не было такие именно
Deep beneath the Frostback Mountains sits Orzammar, largest and proudest of the two remaining dwarven cities. Once the seat of an underground empire, Orzammar now stands alone, cut off from the world by the Darkspawn, still clinging to the memory of its former glory. Below the vast statues and gilded halls where the noble families play at politics, the lower castes live in their shadows, scurrying to serve like their ancestors before them. Below that is you. You are casteless, the dirty secret staining Orzammar's perfect society, forced, along with your sister, to sell your services to the crime lord Barat. To the rest of Orzammar, you are proof that the casteless deserve their fate. But you know you do what you have to, the same as everyone, just to survive.
I can't keep gambling on you forever, Precious. You've got a sweet look, something to light a man on fire. But you gotta make it count.
Please, Barat. I don't want to do this in front of my sister.
Why not? She knows the slope of the land, don't you, girl? You told me a lot of things, not one of which meant more than a fart in the middens. Before me, your sister was just another duster. Now check her out. Braids down to here, gold cap teeth. She can recite elf poetry and play the string harp. Every man's dream. All she's gotta do is find a lord, squeeze out some kid who looks like him, and we're all living the easy life in the Diamond Quarter.
Please, don't get involved. You know that never goes well.
She can do whatever I tell her, even if that means walking into the king's own palace naked. You keep your head down and say aye to any job I decide is low enough for scum like you. In return, I put out coins so you can doll yourself up and get a belly full of some nobleman's brats. Then you both go free, and I get to join the family and be called my lord for the rest of the little prince's life. Checking on my investments, and right now, they don't bear much gold. I'm giving you another week, Precious. If you haven't found a patron, you're back to sweeping streets.
But I have. I've met someone. That is, I didn't want to promise, but he seemed interested.
Your buddy Lesky's waiting outside. He knows what I'll need from you today. Don't even think about bungling this job. Your whole family's on loose sand with me right now. And I know you don't have anywhere else to turn.
I'm sorry you had to see that. I've always tried, though. At least I've kept you from buying your future with what's between your legs. I should have told you. Barat's been warning me ever since two of his other girls found patrons at Lord Harrowmont's reception. They've been getting gifts already. Lord Rooston gave Elsie a surface silk gown and she's not even pregnant. Barat's getting impatient. I wish I could. Just go and walk the deep roads until we find a magical crystal kingdom and live happily until the stones embrace. But it's not happening. You know the other options. Cleaning middens, begging, going to the surface. No. Unless you find a way to save us all from Darkspawn and become a paragon. We're pretty much on Barat's leash for life. It's sheer folly. One more way the nobles protect their status. They say casteless soldiers are more danger to each other than to Darkspawn. That it's an insult to the smith to let us touch a fine-made weapon. Truly, they just don't wish to insult the warrior caste by showing that given the same opportunities, we could lead an army just as well. I have little love for the nobles, but they know, more than we ever will, what the Darkspawn have taken from our kind. Every noble I've met has had a brother or a nephew killed in the deep roads. Yet they let their arrogance blind them to the fact that we could help defend the city against the Darkspawn. Aye. They would even turn to humans for aid before us, it seems. There's been talk of an alliance against the Darkspawn. Even that the Grey Wardens have stepped up. But we don't have time for this now. Lesky must be waiting, and Barat won't like it if I'm late for my appointment. You know how desperate the nobles are for more children? They can barely field enough soldiers to hold the walls against the Darkspawn. If I could give one of them a son, the whole house would celebrate. And we'd all be raised up to noble caste to join the family. It's what Barat's betting on. That's why he paid for my clothes, my voice lessons. He wants to share the reward. Yes. That is, I hope. He certainly seems charming. He treats me like a real lady, not just someone to tumble and forget. I don't want to say, in case I'm wrong. It just seems too mad to think of one of the most important men in Orzammar with someone like me. Anyway, time is rusting and I need to get dressed. These fashions will be the death of me. 100 buttons on each sleeve. And Lesky's probably already outside waiting for you. It's sheer folly. One more way the nobles protect their status. They say casteless soldiers are more danger to each other than to Darkspawn. That it truly, they just don't wish to insult the warrior caste by showing that given the same opportunities, we could lead an army just as well. Stay out of trouble. I'll see you tonight.
Ой, господи. Так, ага.
What is it? I'm kind of in a hurry. The soldiers who guard the deep roads bring mixed tales. Attacks on Orzammar have died down, but the breeding sites are bigger than ever. The Shapers say it follows a historical pattern. When the Darkspawn pull back, it's usually to mount an assault on the surface. Like a dwarf who was chewed and swallowed by some great beast and spat into a pool of acid. I saw the corpse of one Prince Tree and slew, and I couldn't sleep for days. The nobles say they once covered the entire Empire, but it's been a long time since they were anything but a buffer zone against the Darkspawn. Whatever you like, as long as we finish in the time it takes me to fasten this sleeve. Well, there are enough of us now that they have a name for us. They call us Noble Hunters. It's not like we're stalking them for food. If they didn't want what we're offering, believe me, there'd be nobody doing it. After they tell everyone the ancestors cursed us because we're casteless, no noble wants that said of his son's mother. If I give birth to a noble son, I'd become his concubine, an official member of his house as long as the child lives. My family comes with me to ensure I keep no ties to Dusttown. There are few enough of us even without the Darkspawn. With the boy, the noble lords all need to provide new sword arms for their house, and their wives can't do it alone. Off with you, then. Lesky's probably waiting outside. What is it? I'm kind of in a hurry. Well, you've seen more of his bad side than I have. Barat likes to call himself a provider. He says he has the contacts to get almost everything into or out of Orzammar. It's a big risk. Gambling that a girl will get pregnant with a son. But it's the only thing in Orzammar Barat wants is the one thing he can't buy. He's been careful. He arms his men with cast-offs, and he feeds the guardsmen's vices. Gambling, women, fresh figs from the surface, whatever they want. I hate what he makes you do. Believe me, I did not intend for my little but there are no other choices. Mother can't work, and there's not enough coin to be made sweeping streets. You'll have to do what he asks. And just hope it's nothing unforgivable. Someday, one of us will find a better way. Then will you let me finish getting dressed? Or are you determined to talk right through my appointment? Off with you, then. Lesky's probably waiting outside.
Если чё, фантазма у меня приёмная, блядь. Так что да.
As you wish.
Ну и чё?
As you wish.
Так.
On it. Let's get started.
Ой, вот только не говори то, что у меня ни хера не работает.
Right.
Так.
On it.
Ну подошла я. Ага, надо прям так подойти. Так, ладно. Вроде ничего больше наблюдать нельзя. Нашим бухающим.
Who's that? Why are you bothering me? Rika? Don't you sass me, you ungrateful brat. I made you, and I can make another just like you. Then you should have left me there. What have I got that's worth living for? Well, who asked you? I don't need your pity. I got everything I need. Right here. Oh, I shouldn't keep doing this to you. I know I shouldn't. It's just so hard. Hey, where's she going? Why's she leaving? Don't leave me!
Never mind, Mother. Why don't you just lie down? That's good. What is it? I'm kind of in a hurry. She comes and goes. I think the moss wine's finally rotted her brains. I think you were still in Spitrags when your father left. Before that, Mother used to smile then. She used to wear a necklace he made her of polished slate. I think he went to the surface. I remember them fighting about it. He wanted to try his luck among the humans. The next day, he moved out. But this is too bleak to talk about now. Can't you think of anything else? Off with you, then.
Make yourself useful and pick me up another bottle while you're out.
Да. Так, что по заданиям? Саукиров перевал, это, наверное, типа темного рынка. Дорогоняги. Ладно, побежали. Сейчас будет лески.
About sodding time. I was starting to think I'd have to bust in and get an eyeful of that spicy sister of yours. Growl. You're just jealous because you want the majesty of Lesky for yourself, you shameless hussy. What do you say? I kinda hoped you'd forgotten that. But as much as I'd love to keep chatting, we better get down to business. No such luck. Boss says we're out for a search and discipline. One of his smugglers is holding out on him. Name's Oskias, some surfacer. Barat got word that he's been selling shipments topside that never make it to Barat. He wants us to find the rotter and see what goods he's holding back. Well, yours will be a short and tragic relationship. You ready to show him some pain? We're not just killing him. First we take back anything he stole. Come on, you can feel bad later. Whatever lets you sleep at night, my friend. So you ready to find this surfacer or what?
You think I don't know who you work for? Is he onto me? Is he sending you to feel me out? Is that it?
This is the end. A new archdemon is rising, and Orzammar will fall.
Блин, довольно крипово слышатся здесь детские крики.
Hey, gorgeous. You looking for something to keep you warm tonight?
I saw Prince Balin yesterday. He wore violet silk and he smelled like fresh water. He smiled at me.
Two bits for the needy. I seen you before. You're one of Barat's girls, the one with the sword. You don't know from need, not until you're my age. I used to work in the mines, checking the new tunnels for bad. Set me down with a candle, and there must have been a pocket of gas, because it went up like dragon. Healer saved my life, but I can't half walk. What's a man supposed to do? You got some spare feet? If not, a silver would fill that void real nice. Ooh, you drive a hard bargain, soldier. You looking to keep you warm at night? Is that what you're looking for? That's worth 10 bits, no? Go ahead. Beat up an old man if it makes you feel... I seen your man at Tapster's. I was waiting out back, but they wouldn't tip me the dregs off the ale barrel. But I saw another Brad there with his surface money, and they served him. Called him Oskias, sir. Pah. You think I got that close? Tavern keepers, they know all I have to pay with. Now get out of here, you're scaring off the other... Alms! Alms for the poor.
So you ready to find this surfacer or what?
Spare silver. My boy needs medicine.
Don't look at me like that.
I was beautiful once. I was beautiful.
Так, ну тут ничего не выпустили. Нет, ничего. Поехали Опа. Страсти приехали. Это что за вылет не по плану? Так. Отображается. Хорошо.
So you ready to find this surfacer or what?
Так, опять этого мужика допрашивать.
2 bits for the needy. Not until you're my age. Are you... Healer saved my life, but I can't... You got some spare feet? We'll keep you warm at night. Is that what you're looking for? Go ahead. I see... But I saw another Brad there with his surface money, and they... You think I got that... Now get out. Alms. Alms for the poor.
Spare silver.
Stand back!
My
I don't
boy
wanna
needs
catch your
medicine.
diseases.
The docs say he won't wake without it.
Хватит соседей доставать. Потом погуляем, если поденешь. Да что ж такое, что не так? Так, попробую в окне. Ну, где нормально. Пец. Серьезно. А я могу теперь вернуть? Стой. Ох, ё-моё, это что такое? Не знаю, что может так делать.
What are you doing here, Bran? Disgusting! Get away from me!
Good day there, sweetness. You looking to make a quick bit? You could be just what I'm after. You haven't even heard my offer, girl. You look like you've still got all your teeth. Nice and healthy. I craft replacements for nobles who have lost theirs. I can pay you real handsome for some of those. 1 silver for 2. What do you say? No work's legitimate if they let you do it. The Assembly declared back in Darbier's reign that it insults the ancestors. For Cat, now do you want it or not? 1.5 silvers, and that's my best offer.
Barat wouldn't like you throwing that around. This guy's an artisan that's practically a smith.
That sounded like a threat. You know the sentence for harassing a resident engaged in legitimate trade is public flogging and 100 silver fine.
Gracious apologies, Master. We were just leaving. Right now, forgive my friend. You know the vent fumes. They mess with the mind. We're very sorry to bother you. Now let's get back before you land us both in a cell.
Offer withdrawn. I'm sure I'll find some other brand who's happy to have it.
Блин, надо было зубы продать. Если не мы, то лески.
Have you heard? King's got a team who found traces of Bronca in the deep roads.
Oh? This place is going to the nugs. Castles running around.
Watch yourself. The Shaper doesn't need your footprints all over his clean clothes. I happen to be doing the personal washing of the third assistant to the Shaper of Memories. He's from House Harrowmont. It took my mother 5 years of sewing dresses for the head maid to get me noticed. Mother tells me they never considered a single other candidate when the position opened for underwasher. I am not casteless. I am an honorable I serve my betters as is my place, decided by the ancestors who granted my mother my birth. I am not a criminal. You were once. Whatever horrid deviants you're descended from were written out of the histories and deemed unworthy to join the ancestors. Obviously they bred anyway, but their children can't possibly deserve the same protections as those who were legitimately born. They control Orzamar's memories. They oversee births, marriages, death records, histories, everything we do or are. Except you, I guess. Casteless and criminals aren't allowed in a Shaper's presence. Whatever horrid deviants you're descended from were written out of the history. Obviously they bred anyway, but their children can't as if I'd stop for you. No time to talk. The Shaper likes his robes pressed by the time the hour chimes.
We won't get very far if you keep stopping to chat. What's up? Hey, what Lesky don't know about the card is not worth knowing. Unless you're maybe higher up and you know things I don't. The way I hear it, he just stepped up. Plenty of smuggling went on before, but Barat put it all under his protection and spread around enough coin. He practically has a private army on his estate, and he's bought enough guardsmen that no one ever looks. Smuggling, mostly. A lot of stuff grows up top that folks down here got no other access to. And the Skyers up there will give them by the wagon in return for gold or some shiny magic lyrium. If I knew that, you think I'd still be running the streets with you? But seriously, be careful. You try to get Barat's attention by being too good, he'll think you're a threat and dump you in the deep roads. Stay too quiet and he may decide you're worthless and do the same. Half the casteless in Orzammar seems like. I haven't met most of them. Barat doesn't like the grunts to get too cozy. Jarvia's his main lieutenant this month. She practically runs the estate. And I hear he's been drilling her mine, if you know what I mean. Now you're showing some sense. Come on.
Go back to your dirt pile, scum.
Я себя сейчас
I
чувствую.
assume this pile of worthless junk belongs to you? Do you realize it's in the way and that the patrols will not be able to come through? Move it, or I shall have it thrown out in the deep roads, and you with it.
I'm so sorry, my lord, but they told me to move my goods over here. I couldn't even set up shop in my usual place.
Nonsense.
It's true. They said that the servants needed to polish the floors on that side of the commons in preparation for the new commander's first commission.
Yes. The new Idukan Commander's Feast is tomorrow, isn't it? I suppose it can't be helped then. Very well. You may leave your goods here for now, merchant, but move them out of the way as soon as you can. That side of the commons is closed for now. Be on your way.
Pack my things and set up shop here. This is terrible for business.
А, ну так я о чем? Вспомнила Данмера, блин.
Turn around, Brand. No castless on the grounds.
I think what my friend meant to say is we were just leaving. What were you thinking? No castless are allowed.
Disgusting. Get away from me.
Я ж потом зайду. Ничего мне не сделается.
Get out of my face, Brand.
Кстати,
We won't get very far if you keep stopping to chat. What's up? My father's birthday gift to me. They say the original castless were criminals whose houses disowned them, or folks who insulted. But most of us now, we're just the poor fools whose parents were dumb enough to bear us. Sure. Prove to the Assembly that you're the embodiment of virtue and convince the majority of noble families. Short of that, if your sister can get herself stuffed with some noble son, and as her immediate family, you'll go with her. Because the nobles can't imagine anyone wanting to live anywhere but here. They don't want anybody polluting Orzammar with Skyre's ideas, so they say if you come back castless. Far as I hear, humans have their lords and their peasants, and everyone hates the elves. But to them, all dwarves look alike. That face brand, they don't even notice it. Now you're showing some sense. Come on.
я хотела глянуть, есть ли у него метку.
Do you mind? I have nothing you can afford, and as long as you're here, no one else will come. Are you gonna take that tiresome, the world is against me attitude? I'm sorry. I've nothing you would want. I don't know how you castless can live like that. Yes, I'm third generation in my family to be born on the surface. But I think of the brand as just a part of the license to vend my wares. I use a watch. I cannot imagine wanting to wear the beastly thing every day. If you were on the surface, you could open a shop, claim land, and start a farm, and get legally married. Orzammar is the only place in the world that will treat you like this. Yet you all stay. I'll never understand it. There is no caste on the surface. Every dwarf there is a foreigner. So it always seems sad to me that our homeland is the one place in this world where you're likely to... Now, unless you're gonna buy something, I need to unload and get home before the rain sets in. That's water from the sky, by the way. Fine, but try to steal anything...
Так, а у меня вообще денег нет. Кинжала можно продать. Из его товаров мне ничего не доступно.
Sod off, Brand. I don't have anything for the likes of you.
Lesky, you old scamp. What are you doing here? Trying to charm me out of another set of...
Trying to talk you into being my girl, Olinda. You know my heart's breaking for you.
Don't you go saying that around my husband. Who's your friend? You're welcome to look around. I'll slide on the markup since you're Lesky's friend, but I can't give anything away for free. Just don't touch anything if you can't meet the
Get lost, Brand. I have no coin to give you.
Так, сохранюсь на всякий случай. Я хочу проверить, могу отнести матери вино?
This should be easy.
Why are you bothering me again? Didn't I show you what happens when you bother me? Now there's a good girl. Rika never brings me... Doesn't even care I got my palsy acting up. Can't bring me one little bottle. Just for the pain, you know? I just need a bit. To stop the shake.
We won't get very far if you keep stopping to chat. What? Now you're showing some sense. Come on.
Сестренка, наверное, уже ушла, да. Ну ладно. Я думаю, я ее убил. Ну, что поделать уже тут. Так. А я вот не помню, мне, по-моему, в этой локации надо искать. Так. Кабанчик. По-моему, ничего нет больше. Блин, у меня так компьютер греется, пипец. Вот эти кабанчики. Так, сохраняется. Идем дальше.
The ancestors were smiling on my bets today. Another round from the house. Hey, I'm trying to have a drink here. You mind standing downwind?
No castless.
Who the dust are you? Oh, my mistake. I didn't realize you were one of his.
I'm not looking for any trouble. You know I always do.
They say the Warrior Cast is hosting a proving so the Grey Wardens can look for candidates.
Блин, тут так красиво. По-своему.
Can a man drink in peace?
О, нет, наг. Грустненько. Ладно.
Hey, I was saving that seat.
That's real thoughtful, Ascaius. It's tiring work looking for you.
How do you know my name? I don't know what you're talking about. You probably have the wrong Ascaius, see? I just got here this...
So you're not the turncoat two-faced swindling...
I never did anything. Barat's got no reason to send you after me. You mean you're not here to kill me? Look, I always been loyal to Barat. He's been good to my family. I know how much I owe him. I haven't. I wouldn't. I do have some lyrium ore. I have a little deal with one of the mining. If it worked out, I was gonna bring Barat his cut, I swear.
Suicidal, one might say.
Not long. I mean, I'm not cheating him. Oh, please don't kill me. Surfacers pay good coin for lyrium. Mages up there, they use it for their spells. Smiths... I just took the money and ran. I mean, back to Barat to share the profits. Just a little. Maybe 25 sovereign...
20?
Most of that's with my buyers on the surface. If I were to maybe give you a piece, that's a lot of coin. Could you, I don't got any coin myself. I make that topside, but you can take the ore. What do you say?
Are you breathing smoke? Barat will kill you if he catches you with his lyrium. Not unless you find a merchant who doesn't work with Barat, you won't. Tell you what, cut me in 50 and we'll take it to Olinda. Remember her? She likes me and refuses to work with the old man. Fine. What, am I gonna fight you for it?
Then what happens to me?
We'll have to tell Barat he's dead. If he ever finds out...
He won't, I swear. Thank you. You're as kind as you are beautiful. May the answer...
You just keep to yourself, Brand.
Was that smart? If Barat finds out Oskias ran, he'll kill you. He'll kill me. He'll make you kill me, then yourself. Then he'll probably stew us and serve us to the poor. That's what I like about you. Pure blind optimism. We should sell this quick and report back before Barat starts wondering what's taking so long. Unless you think we should give it all to Barat. Then let's head back to Olin.
Так. Так, а где? Трактирщик. Ага, я не могу его тронуть.
Who let them in here?
Hey, I'm trying to have a drink here. You mind standing downwind?
Подойди. Ну ладно.
What are you two doing back here? Well, that's not what I was expecting to hear cross those lips. Where exactly would someone like you pick up lyrium? How much do you have? I can give you 30 silvers per nugget.
Only 30?
It's less than it's worth, I won't lie to you. But and I'll have to find a buyer who won't ask where it came from. For that, I can't afford more than 30. Because we have it, and the folks topside, it's what their mages use to... Now, do you want the deal or not? Probably for the best. It's dangerous to start playing...
Так, а может с этим договориться получится?
Do you mind? I have nothing you can afford, and as long as you're here, no one else will come. My name is Edamaro. I come down here twice monthly with goods from the surface, which you'd know if you could afford it. Same as you. It's illegal for me to walk here without... But I think of the brand as just a part of the license. I cannot imagine wanting to wear the beastly thing every day. I'm sorry. I've nothing you would want. I don't know how you Castlers can live like that. Yes, I'm third, but I think of... I cannot imagine wanting to wear the beastly thing every day. If you were on the surface, you could... Orzammar is the only place in the world that will treat you like this. Yet you all stay. I'll never understand it. I'm sorry. I don't know how you castless can live like that. You certainly don't choose to live any... If you were on the surface, you could... Orzammar is the only place in the world that will treat you like this. Yet you all stay. I'll never understand. There is no caste on the... It always seems... Now, unless you're gonna buy something, I need to unload and get home before the rain sets in. That's water from the... Fine. But try to steal it.
Ага, ага. Лески, блин, где
Really
мой
should get
лирию?
back to Barat.
Ну, я так не играю. Я его, задачу убеждаю, то что вот, можно я поторгую. А он мне не
You
дает.
were right. We shouldn't make deals behind Barat's back.
Можешь с ним сначала поговорить.
Do you mind? I have nothing you can afford. And as long as you're here, no one else will come. Same as you. But I think... I cannot imagine wanting to wear the beastly thing every day. You certainly don't... If Orzammar is the only place in the world... There is... Now, unless you're gonna buy something, I... Fine.
Бля. Вообще-то обидно. Ладно.
What are you two doing back here? Well, that's not what I was expecting to hear cross those lips. Where... How much do you have? I can give you 30 silver.
Only 30?
It's less than it's worth. I won't lie to you. And I'll have to find a buyer who won't ask where it came from. For that, I can't afford more than 30. Now, do you want the deal or not? All right, then. And you probably shouldn't come around here. I think you'd better stay away for the next few days, just in case.
We really should get back to Barat.
Мне кажется, мама, ну все. Ладно.
On it.
Так, куда мне? Так. Вообще на зал. Я где?
Stand back. I don't want to catch your diseases.
Offer withdrawal. I'm sure I'll find some other brand who's happy to have it. Offer withdrawal. I'm sure I'll find some other brand who's happy to have it. The king is old. His rule won't hold.
Prince Balin seems far more sympathetic to our interests.
Balin has some tastes of his own that he knows. It's about time you two showed up. What happened with Ascaius? What kind of rot?
He told us he'd be putting together a side deal for Lyria.
Jarvia, send a dig troop topside. If Ascaius had a...
As you...
And the matter of punishment? Very interesting. Seeing how my cousin was at... And he says he saw something change hands between you and Ascaius. Does that sound like what I asked?
Sounds like some jumped-up face brands thought they could take a bribe and let him walk free.
The lady says it's not right. You wouldn't disagree with a lady, would you?
Right. I mean, no one's gonna say spit to you, Barat. But we can't move that free. We needed to get Ascaius some... We took him to the lava sinks behind the mines. You won't...
I don't like you making me look weak, but it's smart to try to keep... That's why I like you two. Now I got something else for you. Make some use of your unique skills. Oh, that's touching. Oh, wait. The Warrior cast is hosting a proving today. They're showing off for some Grey Warden who's Now, it's not often we get every named fighter in Orzammar lined up like that. And I have certain acquaintances who take an interest in this sort of thing. Are you out of your big hollow skull? No brand's allowed to hold steel.
Not to mention the conceit of the Warrior cat.
I just want you to make... There's a lot of coin to be made when people get the fever up. Favored fighters and have aired a long shot. Just got back from a deep roads offensive. I've got a lot of money riding on him. Mine and other people's. I expect to see that 8-to-1 pay off. Understand? The fight only gets announced to contestants themselves to prevent illegal gambling. When the name Minar comes up, I want you to... It'll slow his reflexes, just enough to take the edge off, not enough to show. But it wears off quickly, so don't use it until just before his fight. He's the kind of warrior who wants to show off his oiled physique to a cheering crowd. Don't let him know what you're doing. Just find his chamber, see when he's fighting, then go to Minar and dump the drug. I'm not asking you to distill it, just drop it into a basin. That's all you need to know. He should have an alcove for his pre-fight. If you're asking how to sneak in there, you're pretty much saying you're no good to me. You bet you will. Here's your pass to get on the grounds. The proving's... And when I say I have coin on this, I'm not talking about... If I don't see a Vaird's name on the winner's sheet, you'd better make
You ask too many questions. All you've got to know how to say is, "Aye, mistress." You don't recognize me?
You know Jarvia, right? Barat's favored lieutenant and the only person he trusts in all of Orzammar. You know that, Jarvia. I think it's way past time we were going. Don't smile on you, Jarvia.
Get out! Did you want me to tell Barat you're prying into his private life?
You've got any questions, ask Jarvia.
Didn't Barat give you a job to do?
А, это бродяга. Я смотрю, блин, кто внизу бухой валяется. Ладно.
I think you better stay away for the next few days, just in case.
Do you mind? I have nothing you can afford. But I cannot imagine wanting to wear... Orzammar is the only... Now, unless you're gonna buy some... Fine.
Но у него ничего интересного нет. Ладно, вначале. Только я не знаю, я бы просрала махач с этим. Здесь что нет? Это все тем больше.
You again. I said you weren't allowed on the proving grounds, Bran. Looks legitimate. Go on through then. But stay to the trenches. Grey Wardens don't need some eyesore getting between them and the fighters.
So this is a gift, huh? I've never been to a proving. You know, 2 sweaty warrior cast men all oiled up, hundreds of beautiful women watching from the stands, wanting nothing more than to rub them down after. Don't tell me you never wanted to sneak in and see one for yourself. Ha! I bet you could beat the beards off most of those. And if gold coins fell from my mouth whenever I spoke, that would be grand. And only slightly less likely. Because as criminals and exiles, we are rejected by the ancestors. And no warrior wants some brand watching while he gets laid out. Makes it harder to take him seriously when he flogs you. Think about their responsibility. Take these humans and elves who spent their whole lives flitting around eating figs and teach them to fight. Of course they're gonna need a dwarf to help them. Here they get to pick from the best of the vein. Not like turning your back on the stone to take a caravan topside. Fighting Darkspawn is a sacred duty. The king decreed long ago that a dwarf who joins the Wardens retains his caste. They say you can go an entire lifetime without a single Darkspawn setting foot on the surface. I was in the Diamond Quarter once when they brought back a trophy from the Deep Roads. It was all twisted up and scarred, with teeth like stalactites. And it smelled like rank air. I can't even think of a joke. That should tell you how bad it was. From your lips to my ears.
Don't look at the fighters, Brand. It's bad luck.
Резкий не такой уж говнюк, но...
Stone's Embrace. That's one of them. One of the Grey Wardens.
Stone met, and blessings on your house. That was the proper greeting for an outsider last time I visited Orzammar. Has it changed? Or is there a reason you're looking at me so strangely? Do they say the Grey Wardens are disrespectful, then? My name is Duncan. I'd say of the Grey Wardens, but I suspect you already know that. Pleased to meet you. Ah, of course. That's what the face brand means, then. I remember that now. I never turn down the chance to meet someone new. When we visit Orzammar, we tend to remain in the Diamond. You forget how much of the city you miss. The Wardens are always looking for those who have the courage to spend their lives in battle. It's rare we find those with both the skill and the will. The best Wardens, it's a lot to look for. But I hope to find it, and I hope you also may.
I can't believe you talked to him. A Grey Warden.
Get out of my face, Brand. I don't know why everyone's so excited about Minar. The Dalbo won last year.
вроде больше смотреть нечего. Есть что. Есть что, но доступа у меня к этому месту нет. Это у нас выход. Да, сюда ходила в прошлый раз. Ладно, пошли.
Sweetheart,
Sod it. He's stone drunk. He could draw a dead man for his bout and still lose. Barat's gonna kill us if we slip up here. He's already jumpy enough after that stunt with Oscius. Hey, I just had an idea. That's much better than my idea. I was gonna say we should go up and... You'll be a Verd. You'll go out in his armor, keep down the visor, and fight in his name. He wins, except all the warrior cast braggarts you leave ki- I, Sodding, love the way you think, my friend. I was afraid Barat was going to kill us. You can't let anyone know it's you. If they find out, you'll be executed. They'll say, if you want to tell the wardens, at least wait until some time when you can bolt if you need to. You've got a heart of steel, Selraka.
Bout 3 is next. Officer Minar versus the warrior Averd. Fighters, report to the ring.
No more time. Make sure you have everything and go tell the Proving Guard you're ready to fight. And don't forget to keep your helmet down. You're running out of time. Get to the fight!
Ой, сейчас будет противный момент. Вот этот бой на арене.
Stone met, Averd. I believe it is time for your bout. May fortune favor your fight, Averd. Are you ready? As you say.
This is a glory proving, fought under the watchful eyes of the paragons of Orzammar. For our honored guests, the Grey Warden, the warrior Averd, son of Galton, will fight Officer Minar, survivor of the battle at Tar Ellerin.
You honor me with this fight. May the stone show the boldest heart through the strongest arm.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
Let's get started. On it. Right. Right. This should be easy enough. On it.
The winner is... Evade! A truly memorable fight. The young cadet vanquishes the wily veteran. Healer, see to his injuries. The warrior Evade, son of Galton, will fight last year's Journeyman Division champion, Adalbo, proven in glory before the stone.
You honor me with this fight. May we both win glory in the eyes of our lords.
First warrior to fall is...
Иди в жепу. Ты чё такой злой?
Let's get started. On it. This should be easier now. Right. On it, as you wish. On it.
Зараза, чё я промахиваюсь? В смысле?
Right. As you wish. This should be easier now. On it. Right. This should be easier. As you wish. Right. On it. This should be easy now. Right.
Excellent!
The winner is... Evade! The ancestors have withdrawn their blessings and embrace a new champion on their field. The warrior Evade, son of Galton, will fight Lenka, silent sister in training. She has made her vows, but not completed her blooding. Will she be accepted into the legendary order? That will depend on her performance today. First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
Её жалко, реально.
This should be easier now. On it.
Desperation is an ugly
This should be easier now.
Я не помню, как я сила.
It's either you or me, and it isn't going to be me.
This should be easier now. On it. Right.
Прости, Демка.
Excellent!
The winner is... Evade! Lenka went to the stone without a sound, as befits her vows. But it wasn't hard to see the blood that was spilled. Evade will advance to the final bout to determine the true champion of the ring against...
What? I'm out already? Hey! That's my armor!
Who are you? How dare you disrupt this sacred...
Wait, I know that man. That's Evade. Then what imposter did I fight?
Remove your helmet, warrior, and let all who watch you see your face. insult the very nature of this proving. Guards, take this filth away.
Hold your man, I pray you. This warrior has defeated the best you have to offer. Is that not what this proving is for?
We are honored by your presence, Warden. But this proving is not solely for you. There are laws which have governed this arena for 1,000 years. This woman is no warrior. She is casteless, rejected by the ancestors. Her very footsteps pollute the stone. She has no place here.
Except as your champion.
У меня Steam не открыт, я скрины не могу делать. Почему? Блин, ладно, потом разберусь.
Are you awake yet? Psst. Can you hear me? How hard did they sodding hit you anyway? Did you have to put up such a fight? As soon as everyone saw your face, Brand, the place went mad. Shut all the doors, examined everyone for family and caste. One of the guards recognized me and figured we must be working together. They burned 3 candles to the stump interrogating me about who put us up to this. I think they knew, you know, about Barat. You think I didn't look for a way out? Rika's not... But these cells are built straight into the wall. What's it look like on your side?
Good, you're awake. Barat will be glad to hear that. You might want to watch your words, Duster. They might be the last one.
That's Jarvia, you moron. Don't dig us in deeper by
You caused a lot of trouble today. Barat lost 100 sovereigns for Lord. The entire proving was declared invalid, and the Assembly already called for an investigation. You can't imagine the state Barat was in when he told me to get you. You're not in their cells anymore, and I don't think I appreciate the time and money it took. You got every guardsman at that proving thinking if he takes your head off, the ancestors will But they know whose hand holds the whip. When Barat claimed you, they knew who's going to get to watch your last breath. I don't think scaring you is what Barat has in mind. You risked exposing him before the entire warrior caste. Now they're asking questions, and as long as you have tongues to answer them, you're a threat. Enjoy your last night together. Sorry we had to put you in separate cells, or I'd suggest you have a last tumble. Barat will be by soon to make sure you maintain your silence.
Так.
Leave off with your noise. You're giving me a headache. What do you mean?
When that happened to my sister, Healer said it was the plague. Said if it wasn't treated right away, everyone who'd...
Die? I don't want to die.
Aren't you gonna help her?
I'll come in there and take... Now, hold still while I tie your hands behind your back.
This should be easy enough. As you wish. Let's make this quick,
Господи,
shall
как
we?
она мило забивает его.
This should be easy enough. As you wish. This should be easy enough. Let's get started.
If we want to get away with this, we can't leave one man alive to tell Barat what we've done. If we want to get away with this, we can't leave one man alive to tell Barat what we've done.
Можно было бы, наверное, отложить эту штуку. А, тут закрыто. Ну ладно.
Light as a feather, silent as a wraith.
покатаюсь, потом посмотрим, может, я их всех вынесу. Почему сохранение, интересно, не работает? Ах ты, мать твою! Господи, зачем так делать?
This should be easy enough. Is it just me, or do you actually think you have a chance? On your guard!
Обосраться можно.
The shadows. On it. Right. As you wish. On it. As you wish.
You're gonna have to move quicker than that.
Let the show. As you wish.
Get on it.
А,
Bandages. I'm bleeding.
серьезно? У него, блин, оказывается, тоже незаметно. Нормально, блин. Как и в первый раз, интересно, эту ловушку пропустила.
Love this job.
Ты, блин, не идешь. Почему я должна отдельно? Так, ладно, что у нас есть?
Armed and dangerous, ready for action.
вам нарушено-то?
Light as a feather, silent as a wraith.
I'm cutting the whore free. If that freak of a sister of hers can't stay in her place, I don't need precious Rika either.
Rika? That the one you got all done up in lace? I've been...
Come on, boys. The little whore needs...
Got it coming.
Come and get it! I'm going to put you in your place!
Fighting more time. On it. This should be only one shot. Time to run. Let's get started.
Так, лески. Нет!
Stings, doesn't it?
Так. А где мне загрузить игру? Черт. Ладно. Будем знать, то, что эта дверь нехорошая. Весь отряд идет.
Enemies approaching.
Ready.
Ну это фигня какая-то. Как же это, блин, тупо. Так, тут надо аккуратно. Потому что тут ловушка прям в входе.
Victory shall be mine. Let's get started.
You're gonna have to move quicker than that.
It's either you or me, and it isn't going to be me.
If we want to get away with this, we can't leave one man alive to tell Barat what we've done.
Надо было силу прокачать. Да ладно. У тебя тоже силы не... А, нет, у него хватает. Я смотрю. Какой подлец. Будешь тогда танком, чего остается? Сохранились.
I'm cutting the whore free. If that freak of a sister of hers can't stay in her place, I don't need precious Rika either.
Rika? That the one you got all done up in lace? I've been wanting to get my hands on that.
I know what you mean. She's yours if you want her, boys. And let me tell you, it tastes as good as it looks. What in sod all is that doing out of its cage? Come on, boys. The little whore needs to learn her place.
You're gonna regret being born.
Right. Got
Come on, it's time for a party.
no mercy.
As you wish.
Time for some fun. Only one shall stand.
Так, Пират.
Won't stand up for us.
Look at this mess. I love it.
I'm gonna smack you so hard your children will
I
be
can
born
see
silly.
why. Right.
Got my back, right?
Right. You're getting crushed.
Fist? Say hi
This
to
should
the
be
face.
easy enough.
Блин.
Did you see him there all when we're done with you? And you just charged in and sodding slaughtered him. You have to be the luckiest duster in Orzammar. Barat's dead, and we're standing here. Hail to the sodding king! Well, he sure was talking like she's still alive. But I won't turn down the chance to... Hey, could you tell Rika I killed him? I mean, it doesn't do you any good if she thinks you're the most virile warrior in all the stone. An excellent point. Now...
Почему она не слесная
As you
башня?
wish.
Я так не играю. прошлый раз снесла. Леска, мы с тобой больше не увидимся, так что снимай все тряпки.
Did you see him there all when we're done with you? And you just charged in and sodding Well, he sure... Hey, could you tell Rika I killed him? An excellent...
Так. Хотя там, скорее всего... Почему не могу брать? И секиру, и топор. Так, там была еще одна дверь. По-моему.
Let's get started. On it.
Так. Да.
You're not supposed to be here. Wait, is that blood? Ancestors, protect me!
There they are! Seize the fugitives!
Drop your weapons and walk down slowly. We will use force if you resist. He's dead? Barat had many enemies, but also powerful allies.
Barat would have butchered us if she hadn't killed him first.
Your friend has once again demonstrated her courage. We Grey Wardens travel far and wide in search of those with the potential to join our ranks. It seems I have found one. Let me make my offer formal. I, Duncan of the
This woman is wanted for treason.
I can, and I am. It would mean traveling to the surface lands and thus leaving your people, but it does offer you the chance to strike a blow against the Darkspawn and the Blight. Then you will be subject to whatever sentence. I think you know what that sentence would be. I would spare you from it, and for an excellent cause. And I see your friend would like to Why don't you see what they have to say before you...
I couldn't believe it when Sir Duncan said he wanted to recruit you. I was ready to kill you when I heard what you did at the Proving. But it worked out for the best.
Что, блин, с текстурами?
Those are the rules of the Order. All wardens leave their families behind. Please don't hold yourself back because of me. I spent the afternoon with my new patron. If everything works out, maybe I can even greet you as an equal if you return. Yes. He calls me his Amber Rose. He has already promised to move Mother and me into better lodging, where he can find me more quickly when he wants me. When I left, she was passed out. I couldn't even wake her. Don't let her ruin this day. I'll tell her you've gone to the surface for a better life than she ever gave you.
Ой, блин, мне, конечно, эта фигня с текстурами вообще не радует. Эти инициализации нормально все. Сохранюсь и перезайду в игру. загорелся, конечно, капец. Так, ну вроде город у них целый.
It's time for you to go.
Those guys must have seriously cracked your skull. You're not gonna turn down being a Grey Warden, are you? Well, don't you worry about that. Old Lesky'll take care of her. She'll be the first one telling you to go. She never wanted this to be your life. Well, go back and tell him yes before he...
Вот жопа.
I cannot believe Duncan would offer.
Have you spoken with your friend and sister? Then before these witnesses, I hereby recruit you into the Grey Wardens. Know that you are most welcome. Before we brave the deep roads, I would like to make you a gift of this mace, since you have so few possessions of your own. It was once wielded by the Warden Forel Idukan. I believe he was related to your king. I know you will continue his proud example. Goodbye, my friends, and thank you for your hospitality.
Так. Да, я увеличил вентилятор, чтобы дул получше.
We will be traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar, on the edges of the Korkari Wilds. The Tevinter Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. The King's forces have clashed with the Darkspawn several times, but here is where the bulk of the Horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here. This blight must be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north, Ferelden will fall.
Ho there, Duncan.
King Kalen. I didn't expect a
royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if I could help it, Your Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is she?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
There's no need to be so formal, Duncan. We'll be shedding blood together after all. Ho there, friend. Might I know your name?
Господи, соситесь. Жалко их.
I remind you that you speak to the King of Ferelden.
Don't worry, Duncan. You must both be eager to reach your tents. Have you any news before I go?
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different. Overconfident, some would say. Right, Duncan?
Your Majesty, I'm not certain the Blight can be ended quite as quickly as you might wish.
I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of Darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Disappointed, Your Majesty?
I'd hoped for a war like in the tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do. I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
Я не могу, они такие лапушки оба.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the Darkspawn here.
Да.
True. Despite the victories so far, the Darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now, they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling. Yet not enough to wait for reinforcements from the Grey Wardens of Orlais. He believes our legend alone makes him invulnerable. Our numbers in Ferelden are too few. We must do what we can, and look to Teyrn Loghain to make up the difference. To that end, we should proceed with the joining ritual without delay. Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to summon the other recruits. Until then, I have business I must attend to. You may find me at the Grey Warden tent on the other side of this bridge, should you need to.
Так. Силу надо будет все-таки прокачать чуть-чуть совсем. Хотя бы, чтобы до этой кановской булавы добраться. Чуть хотя бы пониже.
Hail, you must be the Grey Warden recruit that Duncan brought. This place hasn't seen such bustle in centuries, I'll wager. Need a hand getting anywhere? Used to be a fortress long time ago, so I understand. Back in the days when the Wilders... You were just on the eastern side of the ruin. The Tower of Ishal is there, but Teyrn Loghain's close. This side is the King's camp. We've got the Grey Wardens here, the Circle of Magi, the Chantry. You can't swing a dead cat without hitting somebody important. Quartermaster, he's just a bit to the northwest. Go on then. Good luck to you then.
The Grey Warden tent is across the bridge. Find me there if you wish.
We stand here in this hour, good folk of Ferelden, and we contemplate the death.
Welcome, young woman. I am one of the Tranquil, my friend. I am of the Circle of Magi. But instead of... It is a time-consuming process, but invaluable. Enchantment provides the Circle its wealth. Certain. It is the practice of folding magical lyrium into items first practiced by the dwarves. The Tranquil have learned their runes, and we use them to apply a variety of magical effects. We create the glow lights, as well as the magic staff or the flaming blade. The irony, perhaps, is that it is our very disconnection to our former talents that allows the Tranquil to work with lyrium so. A true mage could not. Runes exist that hold the power of the elements that increase strength or swiftness. Almost any spell can be given permanency, given enough skill and lyrium. Naturally, the greater the power required, the more expensive the rune will become to create. True power comes with... Allow me to put it this way. Do you know why those with magical talent attract demons and spirits? We can be possessed easily and thus become horrors known as abominations. Even those with minor talents attract hungry spirits. Anyone with the power may learn blood magic from these demons. Hence, we are considered dangerous. This is our curse. Thus, I was made tranquil, stripped of emotions and talent. I am no longer dangerous. You do? I feel nothing. As the name suggests, my existence is quite peaceful. I am alive, productive, and no danger to anyone. Surely that is not a terrible thing. Perhaps we may speak of something else. Do you need assistance? Goodbye.
Не, ну текстуры, конечно, мне пляшут только так. Попробую просто перезайти, может выровняется все. Не, как плясали текстуры, так и пляшут. Ни разу
So,
нет.
any last wishes I can help fulfill before you head into battle? Life is fleeting, you know. That pretty face could be decorating some darkspawn spear this time tomorrow. Shall I take that quiet glare as a no? Oh, well, too bad.
Have you seen an elf running about? Young woman, red hair, carrying a suit of chain. Blast it. Where did she go? That suit better be patched up with... Oh, pardon my manners. My troubles are no concern of yours, I'm sure. I'm the quartermaster. Oh, I'm sure you have better things to do than run errands for me. I can find her myself. Arms and armor, for the most part. It's for the... I also have some, goods on the side I can provide. Strictly off the record, of course. So long as you...
Дорого, блин. Ну, что поделать.
Hello again. Is there something you need? Some supply? Let me know what...
Надо хотя бы одну взять. Ой, я хочу арбалет.
Hello again. Is there something you need? Let me know what...
Well, you're not what I thought you'd be. not a dwarf. Yet, here you are. The name's Davith. It's about bloody time you came along. I was beginning to think they cooked this ritual up just for our benefit. Huh, that depends on what kind of life you've led. Me, I'm perfectly willing to accept that this joining is some kind of punishment. I happened to be sneaking around camp last night, see, and I heard a couple of Grey Wardens talking. So, I listened in for a bit. I'm thinking they plan to send us into the wilds. Cannibals, beasts, witches, and now Darkspawn. It's all too secretive for me. I guess we'll have to wait and see, like we have a choice. I've got nowhere else to go after what Duncan... Anyway, I expect it's time to get back to Duncan.
Maker above, hear the prayers of your sons and daughters. We who betrayed your...
Greetings, young lady. You are Duncan's newest recruit, are you not? He's not a man easily impressed. You should be proud. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Wynne, one of the mages summoned by the king. The Circle sent many. Mages have always helped in past blights. To defeat the Darkspawn, we have to work together. It's not an idea everyone seems able to grasp. Some. Do you? Do you know about the connection between them and the Fade, for example? It's home to many spirits, some benevolent, others far less so. At the heart of the Fade lies the Black City. Sadly, no. They are kin to neither the gentle Fade spirits nor the malevolent demons. Shamefully, some say the Black City was once the seat of the Maker. But when the mages from the Tevinter Imperium found a way into the city, that taint transformed those men, turning them into twisted reflections of their own hearts. And the Maker cast them back. At least that's what the Chant of Light says. It may be allegory, meant to teach us that our own evil causes human suffering. Or it may be true. It is as good an explanation as any for now.
Блин, глаза уже болят. Очки сняла.
A wise attitude. It's worked well for me in the... But I'm certain Duncan has more for you to do than...
Watch over the valiant King Cailan and guide him as he faces this terrible evil. Watch over Terran Loghain and give him the wisdom to bring us victory against the Scourge of Shadow. Watch over
This isn't good. I'd hate to waste such a promising member of the breed. Are you the new warden? I could use some help. It's not what you know so much as what you are, really. This is a Mabari. Smart breed and strong. His owner died in the last battle, and the poor hound swallowed Dark's... I have medicine that might help, but I need him muzzled first. Go in the pen and let him smell you. We'll know right away if he... Let's hope this works. I'd really hate... Well done. Now I can treat the dog properly, poor fella. Come to think of it, are you heading into the wilds anytime soon? There's a particular herb I could use to improve the dog's chances. It's a flower that grows... If you happen across it, I could use it. It's very distinctive, all white, with a blood-red centre. It usually grows in dead wood that collects at the edge of ground pools. Should be plenty this time of year. We're all busy. As it is, if we can get this hound better, we can re-imprint him on someone. Even you, if you like. Good. In the meantime, I'll be...
Let us bow our heads and offer prayers to the Maker, that he might find us worthy.
You there, elf. What's your name?
It's Pick, sir.
Go tell Tern Logain that the war party's ready to begin scouting. We'll send word if we find anything amiss.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
If you have business with the Ash Warriors, I suggest you speak to our commander.
You're the dwarf who walks with the Grey Wardens. A respectable decision. Some, like all Ash Warriors, our training originates from the dwarves. Is there something you wanted? We have no time for idle chatter. Make it quick. They use scent to distinguish us from our enemies, but the blood of battle can confuse them. So we paint ourselves with caddis, which overpowers the blood, and also paint our hounds so they know we are the same. Why? Would you steal our caddis and give it to the Darkspawn hordes? If you tried, we would kill you, and that is no joke. To scout the wilds and watch the progression of the the hunt will be good if my hound survives the blood of his prey. If he dies, I shall mourn tonight. Darkspawn blood is poisonous, but not always fatal. The Wardens say that tainted blood drives even the survivors mad eventually. But not today. Today, we hunt and we kill. They fight at our side. We don't fret over their safety as if they were children. My thanks. There is hunt.
Welcome to the King's Camp, my lady.
Well, in for a silver, in for a crown, as my dear mum always used to say.
You approach the tent of Tern Logain. State your business. He's inside, but I don't think it's my place to discuss his activities. I suppose, as long as we talk quietly. The Tern's known the king since he was swaddled, so they don't stand on ceremony. The Tern speaks his mind. Personally, I think the king should do what Tern Logain tells him. Without the Tern, we wouldn't be doing as well here as we are. I suppose...
Здрасте.
Yes, what is it? Oh, you're Duncan's new Grey Warden, I assume.
Я, по-моему, в прошлый раз не вызывала его.
His Majesty could not contain his excitement after your meeting. How could I not hear about you? Kaelin's fascination with the Wardens goes beyond the ordinary. Are you aware his father brought your order back to Ferelden? The Wardens are impressive, but not as relevant as Kaelin thinks. You're no surface dwarf, I can see it in your eyes. Smart of the Grey Wardens to look for... I don't suppose you'll be riding into the thick of battle with the rest of your fellows, will you? Here for the glory, huh? Now I must return to my task. Pray that our king proves amenable to wisdom, if you're the praying sort. He is Marik's son, and the leader of my beloved Ferelden, and a very young man. I try to keep...
Не зря хитрость прокачала.
Greetings. King Kaelin is not in his tent right now? I suppose I do, though he's spending most of his time with the Grey Wardens. He rides with them wherever they go, in fact. Tern Logain sees the king whenever he can and argues with him over coming battles, but the king just waves him off. The king wants to end the Blight with a single huge battle the bards will sing of for centuries. Do you think that's possible? That's how the Tern feels. He'll do what the king wants in the end, though. The king thought it was funny that Tern called him reckless, and they fought about the queen. She's the Terran's daughter. He wasn't happy about something she did or the king did, I'm not sure. I probably shouldn't discuss it. As you wish.
А, так у него есть королева?
Hello? I'm sorry, is there something you needed? You want to talk to me? I'm not in trouble, am I? I don't think so. I'm one of the king's servants, which means I run messages around and make deliveries all day long. If you fall behind, you get the switch from the quartermaster. Oh, I wish I were back at the palace. There are far more places to hide. I better go. If the quartermaster sees me chatting, he'll think I'm being lazy, and that'll be my hide. But it was nice talking to someone. Hello again. You need something now? I deliver messages around the camp. You have a message for me? Oh, that...
Вот и бусинка бегает тут. Блин, не могу, как же жарко. Сейчас, сек. Налила себе воды со льдом, может, хоть немножко поможет.
I'm sorry, but the mages must not be interrupted. Their spirits are in the Fade. I'm sorry, but the mages must not be interrupted.
Soldiers of Ferelden, my sisters and gentlefolk, we stand here on the eve of battle. Let us consider the evil before us. In their pride, the mages of the ancient Tevinter Imperium sought to open a portal into the heavenly Golden City itself. They tainted it with their sin, and they were cast back into our world as Darkspawn. They are man's sins made flesh, an evil that spreads like...
Тут где-то должен быть... преступник.
Look carefully, man. This wretched thing is a darkspawn. They're strong and cunning and smart, but don't listen to those old wives' tales. They can be killed. Stick them with your sword enough, and they go down. Their blood is black as sin and poisonous.
Hail to
don't
you.
even touch it.
Make her
You get
watch
tainted
over
with
you,
that
my
blood,
lady. I
and you
heard
may
the
as well
king was
slit your
even
throat.
gambling with some of the
We've
men
lost
down
many
in the
dogs
valley
already.
last night.
Had to muzzle them
He's
to
all
keep
right,
them
he
from
is.
biting. It's a long
How do you
and
do?
painful way to
My
die.
boots are near worn out.
А, то есть всем насрать. Так. Ну, не хоть выключить получше.
This is supposed to be the battle that sends these Darkspawn back underground. You believe that?
I don't know what to believe. We've won every battle, but there's more of them each time.
Makes you wonder if them Grey Wardens are right.
I don't want to think about that.
Sounds like the perfect time to get drunk, if you ask me. Good night for it, Warden.
Таки надо одевать очки.
Hello again. You need something now? Oh, all right. Nice to see you again.
Blessed are the peacekeepers, the champions of the just.
There are lots of darkspawn, different kinds. We're getting reports. To things we've never even heard of. Our short friend here, for instance.
Hail to you.
Я оттуда прибежала. Или нет? Ладно. На это он точно ругаться будет. Или нет? Да ладно, типа.
Hello again. Is there something you need? Some supplies, perhaps? Let me know what you'd like.
Нет, ну тут я не была. Не была. А, вот Калин. Вот ее он искал, по-моему.
May I fetch something for you? Oh, excuse me.
I should be going. I'm behind as it
I'm
is,
sorry,
I'm
but there's
afraid.
so much to do before the battle. I must attend to my duties or I'll get the switch.
Можно мне норм броню? Да ё-моё, у меня тут комар летает, падла, прямо над руками. Спираль, что ли, купить, я не знаю уже. Потому что обычный фумигатор с ним не справляется.
Hello again. Is there something you need? Some supplies, perhaps? Let me...
Опа. Вылет. Да чё ж такое, опять загружать в окне? Заколебал. Даже так вылетает. А я не могу в игру идти. Зашибись. О.
That course of action is inadvisable. Welcome, young woman. Goodbye.
Я не хочу его бежать. Конечно, там чел дает для этого возможность. Так, псарня, лазарет.
Make her watch over you, my lady. Make her watch over you, my lady.
О, не зря вернулась. Подарок для Мабари нашла. Ну, скорее всего, для Мабари.
As you wish.
Make her watch over you, my lady.
Today, 2 units of men arrived every hour, and they expect to double that tomorrow. Still, the Terran... Today, 2 units of men arrived every hour, and they expect to double that tomorrow. Still, the Terran worries that may not be enough. The Tower of Ishal is off limits. The men stationed inside are securing it now. By orders of Terran Loghain, the tower is being secured by his men. I'm told they discovered some lower chambers, and they don't know how far down they go, so for now, everyone's to stay out. I didn't see anything like that when I was there, but who knows? I think they used it once to watch for wilders coming out of the forest. Goes back to the time of the Tevinter Imperium. Dwarven make. That's probably why it's still standing. Make her speed your steps. You don't want to go into the Tower of Ishal. It's off limits for now, I'm afraid.
Ну и ладно, ну и пожалуйста. Так, ну вроде все полутало. Ну да, сюда меня не пускают.
This should be easy enough.
The Mabari's stable for now, but not improving. Unless I get that herb I told you about, there's not much... Of course. Good luck to you.
Ага, по-моему, тут и
In the name of Andraste, I bless you today.
You
find favor in the
You
name
need to
of-
convince them.
so that-
We've got to run. The Darkspawn are coming. The Grey Wardens will die.
I apologize, Warden. He's been like this ever since they found him in the wilds. The commander who brought him here didn't seem to think...
You can feel it, can't you? They taint the land, turn it black and sick. Oh, you can feel it inside. They'll come out of that forest and spread. Like caterpillars covering a tree. They'll swallow us whole.
That's quite enough out of you. You need to calm yourself, my good man.
They were everywhere. I saw them. I don't want to see any more. I close my eyes and... Please just leave me be.
Так. А ты что скажешь?
I apologize if the soldier disturbed you. Ever since they found him in the wilds, he's been like this.
He calls.
It's so sad.
He calls.
Greetings. You must be the third recruit we've heard about. Sir Jury is my name. I hail from Redcliffe, where I served as knight under the command. I wasn't aware dwarves could be Grey Wardens. I've only seen a few of your folk in the castle dealing with the smithy. Of course, my father was the castle smith, so I encountered dwarves through him. I hope we're both lucky enough to eventually join the Wardens. Is it not thrilling to be given that chance? That's not fair. I listened to tales of the Grey Wardens and dreamt one day I too would ride a griffin into battle against... I know there are no more griffins, and my fantasies were those of a boy, but still, I remember those tales. Tell me, has anyone told you what this joining ritual entails? I had no idea I'd be tested more than I already had been. I suppose since you're finally here, I'd best get back to Duncan.
Right.
We're all going to get sick.
Ah, I suspect you are one of the new Grey Wardens. Will you accept the Maker's blessing? I do, though I cannot pass on the respects of your ancestors. The Maker looks kindly on all who will receive him. Then I bless you, Grey Warden, in the name of Andraste and the Maker above. May the chant of light...
Так, надо чуть силу повысить. Так быть, пусть сила воля будет. Тут я ничего не могу сделать. И это пипец как бесит, потому что уровень повышенный светится. Но ты ничего не можешь.
Huh. Someone finally comes and talks to the lone prisoner. I don't suppose you've come to sentence me. No. They put someone like me in a cage until someone important has time to decide what to... I don't suppose you have a bit of kindness in you? All I want is food and water. They haven't fed me since I was locked up and I'm starving. I'm a deserter. Or so they think. I bet there's no arguing them out of it, though. Armies are funny that way. I wasn't deserting. But when you catch someone sneaking around camp and... Does it matter? All I want is a bit of food and water. Oh, I would have deserted eventually. Just not then. I was stealing, not sneaking out of the camp. I got one of those wizards drunk and took his key. It belongs to a chest they got here, full of magical treasures. I can't use it from here, but I'd trade you for some food and water. I swallowed it, but it's come back into my possession since then, so to speak. Just ask my guard for his. He's still got some dinner.
Lucky dog. You Grey Wardens get to ride with the king while I'm left with the drudgery of guarding. They should have just hanged him. Put his head on a pike as an example. Don't expect it was an enlightening conversation. Did he now? Since nobody sends me nothing to feed him with, the only way we'll get that is if I give him mine. All right, all right. I guess the poor fella could stand to have one meal in his belly before he hang. I had nothing to do with it, though. If anyone asks why he's burping, I'm gonna say it was you. Just so you know.
So? Brought me some food, have you? I'm so hungry I could faint dead away. Much obliged. May Andraste herself rain blessings upon you. And, as I mentioned, here's the key. Use it in good health, huh?
хреново, то что этот ключ нельзя просто отдать этому магу. Кто тут? Дункан?
Welcome, young woman. Goodbye.
Блин. Я буду чувствовать себя жопой.
Light as a feather, silent as a wraith.
Но не забываем то, что она не особо дружит с магами.
That course of action is inadvisable. That course of... Welcome, young woman. Goodbye.
Но у меня же есть ключик.
Right.
That course of action is inadvisable.
Блин, а что делать? Блин, можно его открыть потом? Дополнение. Ладно.
Hail to you.
Блин, он теперь светит, мешает мне. Зараза, она все равно горит. Так, я могу что-то продать? Могу.
Hello again. Is there something you need? Let me know. Hello again. Is there something you need? So long. Hello again. Is there something you need? Let me.
А, кстати, я же всю силу прокачала.
Hello again. Is there something you need? Let me know.
What is it now? Haven't Grey Wardens asked more than enough of the Circle?
I simply came to deliver a message from the revered mother.
What her reverence desires is of no concern to me. I am busy helping the Grey Wardens, by the King's orders, I might add.
Should I have asked her to write a note?
Tell her I will not be her...
Yes, I was harassing you.
Your glibness does you...
Here I thought we were getting along so well. I was even going to name one of my children after you.
Enough. I will speak to the woman if I must. Get out of my...
You know, one good thing about the Blight is how it brings people together. Oh, nothing. Just trying to find a bright side to all this. Wait, we haven't met, have we? I don't suppose you happen to be another mage? You never know. These mages sneak up on you. Wait, I do know who you are. You're Duncan's new recruit. I should have recognized you right away. I apologize. Duncan sent word. He spoke quite highly of... Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Alistair, the new Grey Warden. Though I guess you knew that. As the junior member of the Order, I'll be accompanying you when you prepare for the joining. I know. I felt the same way when I did this. There haven't been any Dwarven Grey Wardens in some time. You must know a lot about Darkspawn. Oh, I guess you've got a more colorful background than Duncan let on. But don't worry, you'll see plenty of Darkspawn now. And probably... Anyhow, whenever you're ready, let's get back to Duncan. I imagine he's eager to get things started. With the mage, the circle is here at the king's request, and the Chantry doesn't like that one bit. They just love letting mages, which puts me in a bit of an awkward position. I was once a Templar. You don't know? Quick version then. The Chantry tries to control mages because they're dangerous. That's what I was being trained as when Duncan... I'm sure the revered mother meant it as an insult, sending me as her messenger, and the mage picked right up on that. I never would have agreed to deliver it, but Duncan says we're all to cooperate and get along. Apparently they didn't get the same speech. Davith and Sir Jory are here in the camp. Have you met them? That makes things easy then. They'll both be back with Duncan by now. Don't worry, I'll try not to embarrass you. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, lead on. Yes? Don't worry. I'll try not to embarrass you. As I said, I was trained as a Templar. The Chantry raised me. And because Duncan saw I wasn't happy, and figured my training against mages could double for fighting Darkspawn. Now, the Grand Cleric wouldn't have let me go if Duncan never forced the issue. I'll always be grateful to him. It just wasn't for me. I believe in the Maker well enough, but I never wanted to devote my life to the Chantry. I spent years in that Chantry, hopelessly resigned to my fate. Duncan was the... He risked a lot of trouble with the Grand Cleric to help me. Or maybe he just happens to be a good man. What about? I wish I could tell you more. Maybe ask me again after Duncan speaks to you about it. You want to ask me about something else? Of course. The Grey Wardens keep watch. We feel the Darkspawn when they come. Not to mention people start to notice when Darkspawn pour out of the wilds and taint everything around them. Just a guess. Thousands? Tens of thousands? They've had centuries to build up their numbers. You want the Chantry's version or the truth? The truth is, we don't really know. They come up from the ground, and that's as far as we've gotten. According to the Chant of Light, the Maker imprisoned the old gods underground long ago. As the old gods still whispered to some men and taught them magic. These men became the Magisters of... The Magisters used their gift to enter the Golden City, tainting it and themselves. They were cast out by... They fled underground, bringing their taint to their gods. The tainted old gods were the archdemons who rose from their prisons and led the Darkspawn again. Yes, and it nearly wiped us out. When defeated, the Darkspawn flee back underground and seek out another old god to taint, thus bringing another blight. We haven't seen it yet. People are beginning to think this is just an unusually large dark... But seriously, the archdemon could be in the wilds or underground. It could be hiding. Just because it hasn't shown itself doesn't mean it isn't out there. You're a dwarf. You tell me. Your people have been... They've controlled the deep roads ever since they defeated the Dwarven kingdoms. Even if we invaded, we can only chase them so far. The old gods were dragons. So the story. The Tevinter Empire had big statues of them. Each dragon had a name and a place. The archdemons may not be the old gods, but they're definitely dragons. The Grey Wardens killed so many Darkspawn by the end of the last Blight. People decided they were gone for good. Of course. We chop off the snake's head. It's the... According to texts, the most famous Grey Warden leader, Garahel, killed the Archdemon Underal in personal combat at the Battle of Aesley to end the last... Without the Archdemon to command them, the Darkspawn flee back on... You want to ask me about something else? Duncan is the leader of the Grey Wardens in Ferelden, which he would say doesn't mean much, as there aren't many of it. Beyond that, he's a good man. What about you? What do you think of him? Fair enough. He's done the best he can with what little he has. And that includes... You want to ask me about something else? So I imagine. What would you like to know? King Marek, Kaelin's father, reaffirmed the power the Grey Wardens were given during the Blights. In practice, we can't conscript too often without hurting our cause. We were exiled from Ferelden once. Best not to let that happen again. The Grey Wardens are warriors without equal. Darkspawn threatened to destroy the world 4 times over. Each time, the Grey Wardens... Nobody knows more about Darkspawn, and nobody's better equipped to deal with them. You'll see. Trust me. I don't know if I'd go that far. Duncan says the Grey Ward... That means some pretty extreme things. Whatever it takes to bring victory. Well, let's see. Surely you've heard of Weishaupt Fortress? The great eyrie carved into the white cliffs far off in the Anderfels? That's... The Griffins died out, however, and our numbers have dwindled since the last Blight. There's only a handful left in Ferelden. A few more in other nations. The others are camped with the King's soldiers in the valley. The King's given us a position of honor at the vanguard. I think Cailan is actually excited to ride into battle with us. Maybe he thinks that's what his father would... You want to ask me about something else?
Да с Дунканом потусить хочет, чё ты? Ладно.
The one tomorrow. I'll tell you. It's Tairn Loghain we should... Cailan just wants his place in history. The Tairn is... that's my opinion, anyway. I guess I should be thankful the King favors us Grey Wardens. But I know who's keeping the lid on the pot. We're at the edge of the Korkari Wilds, the eye of the Blight Storm, right where the Horde will be coming. Ostagar itself is an excellent defensive position. The Wilders were pushed back from here time and again in ancient days.
Ну и что ты сожрал? Это явно был не комар. Надеюсь, ты не траванулся, блин, дурик.
You know, that's a good question. The other Grey Wardens are riding into battle with the King. I don't know if you'll be with them. You want to ask me about something else? Then let's get a move on, shall we?
Ой. Да какие противные комары, я не могу. Ужас.
As you wish.
That course of action is inadvisable.
My belly thanks you. At least if I'm hanged, I'll have a
You've got
little
your
weight
food
on me.
and water. Now off with you.
Sorry, miss. The army camp is off limits for you right now. Sorry, miss. The army camp...
It burns!
I apologize if the soldier disturbed you. Ever since they found him in the wilds, he's been like this. It's so sad.
Hail. You're one of Duncan's new recruits, correct? I can't let you through to the Korkari Wilds until he gives the word. The Korkari Wilds is a dangerous place. More so now that it crawls with darkspawn. One of our scouting patrols has been gone for 3 days. We're taking bets on who got them first, the darkspawn or the Witches of the Wilds. Oh, sure. There's an old legend in these parts about Flemeth, the apostate sorceress who conquered this area centuries ago. She united... That's when the great hero, Cormac, destroyed her army with his. Her daughters survived and became the Witches of the Wild.
Tales tell of them plaguing this area since. Mostly superstitions, stealing babies and spoiling milk. Only when it's dark and the wind is bad. No doubt those patrols met some darkspawn. That's enough for anyone. At any rate, that's why Duncan doesn't want you...
Yes? Then let's get a move on, shall we?
Ладно.
You found Alistair, did you? Good. I'll assume you're ready to begin preparations. Assuming, of course, that you're quite finished riling up mages, Alistair.
What can I say? The revered mother ambushed me. The way she wields guilt...
She forced you to sass the mage, did she? We cannot afford to antagonize anyone.
You're right, Duncan.
Now then, since you're all... You four will be heading into the Kokari Wilds to perform 2 tasks. The first is to obtain 3 vials of darkspawn blood. 1 for each recruit. Of course. You must work together to collect the components, however. It's as much a part of the joining as what comes after, for the joining itself. I'll explain more once you've returned. There was once a Grey Warden archive in the wilds, abandoned long ago, and it has recently come to our attention that some scrolls have been left behind, magically sealed to protect them. Alistair, I want you to retrieve these scrolls if you can. The scrolls contain treaties promising support. Watch over your charges, Alistair.
We will.
Then may the Maker watch over...
Я думаю, на этом можно заканчивать. Я уже устала, да и время позднее. Не каждый раз же сидеть до 3 ночи. Так.
Hello again. Is there something you need? Some...
Hail. I'm told you all have business in the wilds. The gate's open for you. Just be careful out there. Even a Grey Warden won't be safe in the forest tonight.
Yes? I grew up in a village about a day's trip to the east. Little blot you wouldn't even find on a map. Haven't been back in years. I struck out for the city as soon as I could outrun my pa. I've been in Denerim for what, 6 years now? Never liked it much, but there's more purses there than anywhere else. And a pickpocket, thank you very much. Or was, anyhow. Who'd ever guess I'd end up a Grey Warden? I found them. I cut Duncan's purse while... He grabs my wrist, but I squirm out and bolt. The old bugger can run, but the garrison... I'm a wanted man in Denerim, you see, so they were going to string me up right there. Oh, you got a similar Don't know why Duncan wants someone like me, but he says finesse is important and that I'm fast with... Besides, it beats getting strung up. All right for an old bugger. He's faster than he looks, too. You heard the same speech I did. Blood and old treaties. Off we go into the wilds. Hey, I'm following you, aren't I? Yes? Hey, I'm
ready. I hail from Redcliffe, but Duncan recruited me in Highover, a city off the northern coast. Have you travelled there? I was in Arlayman's retinue when he attended King Maric's funeral. It was in Highover that I met I was smitten. She has the most beautiful eyes, my Helena. Now, for years I found Arlayman gave me leave to serve in Highover, but I was attempting to persuade Helena to come to Redcliffe with me, at least until I was recruited. Never. I will return to her once my duty is done and the Blight defeated. Last month, Duncan visited Highover, and the Ban held a tournament in his honor. It was hard to leave my wife. We married only a year ago, and she is heavy with child now. But Ferelden needs my blade, and I shall not falter. He has a seemingly impossible task, with a scarce handful of Grey Wardens, yet he does not complain or flinch from his duty. We need to find those documents and the Darkspawn blood. Indeed.
Let's get what we came for and head back to Duncan.